Gold is what you buy when you're thinking 10 years out. It's protection against your money being debased. So what is debasement? Because a lot of people throw that word around, let's explain it. So the US government is in an endless cycle of borrowing, and the only way for it to consistently repay its debts is printing more money. The problem is the more money you print, the less value that money has. A dollar saved in 1971 has lost around 87% of its value. So you can buy 87% less with that dollar. That is debasement. And people don't notice this because it usually happens quite slowly, a few percent per year. Although since COVID, they've really ramped this whole thing up. I'm sure you've noticed your grocery bill has easily doubled in the last few years. While they keep telling us that inflation is just like 3%. I mean, they're so full of shit. Anyway, that slow bleed of debasement is why you hold gold and also silver. So is gold going to fly up to 10K in the next year? If shit gets bad enough, yeah, it probably will. Like the AI bubble popping, a brutal recession, it's possible. But it's also possible that it just stays flat for the next 2 or 3 years. But that doesn't matter because we're not buying gold to flip it next year for profit. We're buying gold to protect against debasement. And if debasement gets bad enough, then you never want to trade your gold for money because gold becomes the money. That's why we hold gold. But that's also why they are trying to stop us from holding gold, because you can't print gold. There's a limited supply of it. And if we're all buying it up, there's less of it for them. And who is them? You know, who is this them? The people telling you that gold is dead. Central banks who've been buying gold for 16 years straight while dumping US treasuries, US debt. We already talked about them. They used to lend money to the US. Now they buy gold instead. But it's not only them. The worst offender is JP Morgan, the biggest bank in America. They currently hold more physical gold and silver than at any point in their history. This is the same bank, by the way, that paid $920 million in fines for manipulating precious metal markets. So don't tell me that they don't manipulate markets or lie to you. Them and their friends, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, you know the cabal, right? They are scooping up gold in record amounts and telling you to buy AI trash stocks instead, like SpaceX. It listed in June, enormous fanfare, the future of humanity, get in early, all that rubbish, and then it peaked at $226 4 days after listing, and now it hit $111 last week. That's a 50% drop in 5 weeks. What a joke. And some guy called Chad in the comments is going to say, well, silver dropped 50% too. I love Elon Musk. Whatever. Silver took 6 months to fall 50%. SpaceX did it in 5 weeks, but silver went on an epic 500% run before it crashed 50%. Even now, after being cut in half, it's still nearly 3 times what it was a few years ago. SpaceX went up like what, 30, 40%, and then it crashed 50%, and it's below where it was on day one. What an absolute joke. By the way, I put together a free retirement guide, how to retire before 2036, 6 steps, everything I'd do if I was starting again at 40 with nothing. No hype, no nonsense. It's free to grab. There's a link below. Check it out.